Awesome word today, as always, Bishop Wooden. Now, ooh, my head, I, it's still intact a little bit, but I'll be ready tomorrow. Go to work. Now, lounge, do a little bit of trucking business stuff, and um, I think my eye is clearing up a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Um, so I'm still trying to limit the strain, but I'm gonna talk about the Skittles again. The Skittles and the daddy long legged, lashed and the effeminate mustites. So, mustites. Guess what's happening today? UFC on the lawn. Mustites, are y'all mad? How mad are you? Tell me how mad. Are you as mad as I was seeing transgender rainbows and arches all over the White House lawn? Are you that mad? But see the difference. Let me tell you what the difference is. You should never make anything about celebrating or honoring an activity that dishonors God, confuses children, and brings curse. But you most certainly, now, a UFC fight is different, but it's a sport that everyone in, but I don't watch it that often. I know one of my sons watches it. Um, I don't know that much about it, but I'll be watching this evening for the simple fact that I want to see it. Just like I watched the opener, well, I didn't watch the opener, but I watched the fight the USA versus Paraguay. I watched that. And I will be going downtown one of these weekends for I guess, a couple of weeks of events for the 250. But they're going to have like a state fair type atmosphere featuring all 50 states and I guess the territories or whatever. But this is what I want y'all not to do. If you come to DC, don't come in the mindset of what a lot of people project about DC. Come in the mindset that this is the nation's capital. Do something different. Come with the mindset that this is the nation's capital and we are actually here to experience a part of history, whether you like it or not. And I remember I was talking to my director a couple of weeks ago when he asked my opinion on something regarding a naturalization service. See, people like me, I'm not a stagnant wilderness wanderer mind, which is exhibited by so many people. I like to look at how far people come. And when I think in people, that's just like when I look at people that were once something unpleasant and then they mature and then awesome and then those that actually repent and grow in God and become like, it's like, dang, is that really you? Are you the same person that used to pop off and fly at the handle and cuss people out for no reason? Now you are temperate. And see, I appreciate stuff like that. When you're able to go from one to the next. So that's the same thing I appreciate about America. America wants, the problem with America is that, this is going to sound harsh. The problem is that Dixiecrats, aka Democrats, aka Reimaginecrats, they were allowed to remain in America. They were allowed to remain after they lost the war and after slavery and all of that. And then when Abraham Lincoln was assassinated and Andrew Jackson took over and did away with all the Freedmen's Bureau activity. Yeah, since we at 250, what really should have been done, and I know the average American would not have paid one lick of attention, because you're so used to the reimagined, everything is reimagined constantly, and then all these different theories, that come in that are not theories, but you don't get the actual history. So a lot of people would not have paid attention, but some people would have been like, wait a minute, they should have had taken out ads on every major network and just run them at random like commercials, giving that history from there. And because they've been doing it, it's been being done in different areas. It's always, they have a whole lot of events and things that go on, a lot of teachings and just different things. But that, to me, because the schools are not doing it, except for schools that actually adhere to some guidance and have a concern and want to see children educated. But for the most part, they're not. These schools are not doing it. They're not doing much of anything except for raising up angry people to destroy, and they're doing it. You have, between the Mustites attacking federal law enforcement, you have the youth and their raggedy, big-aged guardians attacking local law enforcement, and or attacking one another, and or attacking businesses and law-abiding citizens. So, yet again, Manning Johnson's Color, Communism, and Common Sense, where it outlines, this man outlined the strategy, and there's other books that deal with strategy of what we're seeing today. They're literally the chaos and the destruction. But nobody wants to talk about that. But if some knew, honestly, that no, you weren't always dependent on the government or told to be dependent on the government to make a way. If you actually knew that that's not how we were raised and what we were meant to be, a lot of young people and some old people would do better. But for people like myself that know that we weren't always taught to be raggedy, or that adults used to actually guide youth, and instruct them on the appropriate way to act and instill standards, we wouldn't have some of the garbage that we see today. I just want y'all to know I'm very racist at this point, because that's what y'all call it when you don't want to be around certain people. Things I don't want to be around the people, the gutter goals people. I don't want to be around that, and I'm not going to be around it, not by choice. I have had enough of seeing the crash outs, the fighting, the jumping, the tearing up of businesses, the going in and mobbing and robbing, what they call them, flash mobs. I've had enough of that, the everything. So when I get a moment to celebrate just some things that's going on, and especially going on in the city that I live, yeah, I'm going to celebrate it. I'm not celebrating, and never have, never will, and no, having topless. I remember they had the transgender person that pulled their boobs out on the White House. I think they actually banned them, but why would you do that anyway? They all flaunt, not all, but for the majority, to get attention and to rub people's face in what they're doing because they know it's wrong. They act out and they do inappropriate things, and that was a terrible thing to be done on the White House lawn. So I saw an old white liberal, musty man saying that it shouldn't be having a UFC fight on the White House lawn. It's inappropriate. What's inappropriate was having those transgender people flashing and running around on the White House lawn and roaming down the hallways of the White House and having children around to see it. And then they showing it on TV for children to see, upholding that for children. No, it's nothing wrong with seeing a sport that people enjoy, whether they enjoy it constantly. I've watched sporadically. Like I said, one of my sons watches, so I have watched it with him before. I'm going to watch it on my own today because I want to see it. Today is Flag Day. It's the it's the Army's 250th birthday as well. We got a whole bunch of events coming up for America 250. I'm excited about that because despite what the Mustites and the Transocrat Baphomet making party says, we have come a long way. And destroy minded as they are, this is a period of time where I'm going to celebrate and be glad that is something going on besides angering God by I'm still, what are we celebrating again when it comes to this pride stuff? Some God, then God resist the proud. So he's resisting us for as a nation. He's resisting us. He hasn't totally resisted yet, but he's resisting us. So any chance we get to not elevate that, yeah, do that. Sorry, Christians. You sorry, fake. Y'all stop. Let me tell you something. Stop acting like you a Bible believing individual when you're not. Do that. You're not. You're not. Because you can love people, but you cannot be out here celebrating sins. Because next, when y'all finish celebrating pride, guess what else gonna have to be y'all already celebrating murder. Y'all was doing that anyway, but y'all really have kicked in a high gear. The demonic overflow is too much. So, for all the musties, because the sorting is here, we being sorted out. And it's not by the backward craps. No. They already do their sorting with identity. But we all being sorted. So I hope you have a disgruntled day, which y'all always have a disgruntled day anyway. Do you do anything other than be disgruntled? Do you find anything? Oh, the only thing that makes you happy is destroying things. Satan, you steal, you kill, you plot to kill, you destroy, plot to destroy. Yeah. That's why you're miserable, but you blame everybody else. Well, misery loves company. A lot of people don't want to keep company with you. I'm one. And you can call it anything you want. You can call it racist, phobic, whatever. I don't want no parts of what y'all selling and what y'all are actually into and doing. So, you all enjoy today. Because Lord knows a lot of us did not enjoy the White House being lit up to represent sex acts and a sin that God, that it's in all of us, but we don't celebrate that. We try to control that. But you all, we had to witness that garbage, and that's real inappropriate garbage. We had to witness that, and we had to witness every year Joseph Robinette Biden and the Indian lady doing something with transgender and lifting them up and holding them up for children, which is totally inappropriate. So I know a lot of you love on that or won't say anything because of who it is, but it's a time when you gotta, it's wrong is wrong, and that's totally wrong. But you know that if you really believed in the Bible and God. So you have a nice day. We're going to UFC tonight.